One experience of faith that stood out most in my mind, and I'll tell you the story, was Melissa and I. Melissa is the programming director for the English broadcasting. We were trying to do our homework and try to get the cable companies ready to downlink the new signal. We were trying to get the church also involved in this project. And we flew to Trinidad, and we spoke with the conference, and they were all excited about having this Caribbean network. Their own faces will be on TV, their own people, and they can be directly involved in television ministry. We left Trinidad, or we were leaving Trinidad and to go to Jamaica. As we entered the American airline plane, you know, Melissa got in first before I did. And as I got in, I saw Melissa sitting in first class, and I asked her, I said, Melissa, what are you doing in first class? You know, missionaries, we don't fly in first class. She said, I don't know, but when you bought the ticket for me, I saw that I can get it cheaper. So she reorganized her ticket, and she got it for $100 cheaper. But this time, they put her in first class for cheaper. And, you know, I thought that was interesting. So I left, and I got to my seat, which was seat number 33, to the back of the plane. When we got to Jamaica, she told me, Richard, you wouldn't believe who we sat next to. I sat next to one of the managers of Flow Cable Company. And that's the company we would like to get onto. And he gave me the telephone number of another manager that I will have to speak with in order to get on. Well, we thought that was a miracle. We prayed and we thanked God for working this out for us. But God had some more plans for us. While we were driving around at the university in Jamaica, one of the teachers told me, you know, this building going up over there, it's a nursing school, and it's a billionaire that is helping us out, and he's donating, and he is the owner of several banks in Jamaica. His name is Mr. Lee Ching. And also, he is the owner of Flow Cable Company. So I held his arm. I said, listen, I have to speak to this guy tomorrow morning before I speak to the manager. And he said, well, you can't really speak to this guy or set up an appointment now. It's almost evening, you know, and speak to this guy. You know, he flies in his helicopter, you take taxi, and he's way out of our reach. So I told him, I said, listen, if we pray, I believe God is going to put him in our way. And sure enough, that night we prayed and asked God to put Mr. Lee Ching in our path. So that morning we called and we told the manager that we're heading down to Kingston, Jamaica, and he gave us the directions where we will meet him. We got there 1 hour late, and we drove into the town, and we were looking for the building. Well, there were two buildings with the same name, but one was a business, the other one was a hotel. We drove into the hotel, and we were asking the receptionist, you know, where can we find the office of Flow Cable Company? She said, no, that is on the other side of, just 1 block away. And as I turned around, there was Mr. Lee Ching sitting all by himself, playing with his PDA, or probably checking in, looking at his agenda, what next to do. And I was shocked, I was surprised, and I lost all the words that I was thinking of the night before when I was praying. I had all these nice things to say to him, and everything left my mind. I was just shocked. And the pastor who was with me, he said, you know, Richard, this is your opportunity. Talk to him. You said that you will see him tomorrow morning. Talk to him. So I walked up, introduced myself, introduced the programming director and the pastor who was with us, and explained to him what we were doing and what our intentions are in Jamaica and what we would like them to do for us. And he had loved the project, and he said, listen, you go into the cable company and speak with this person, and I'm sure they will work something out with you. So we left, and on good terms, and we found the right building, and we didn't have to knock on any doors. We set an appointment with this guy because of the telephone number we got from the airplane. And he welcomed us. We had a nice little chat before. He told us all about the cable company. He thought we were a big company with a lot of money. So he told us all about his cable company and how far they're reaching and stuff. When he heard that we were a Christian organization, he sat back on his chair and he said, listen, what can I gain from you guys? You guys are not lucrative. Why should I even put you guys on my network? And he gave us a long story and told us, well, you know, get some papers, signed it, have other people come sign and prove that they would like to see this network. And if we are convinced, we'll put you guys on. So I told him, no problem. We will do whatever it takes to get onto this network. But by the way, I just wanted to let you know that we had a little talk with Mr. Leaching, the founder of this network, and he loved the project that we're doing, and his eyes almost popped out his head. And he said, how did you do that? I mean, you think that you know, he can help you out, or how did you meet this guy? You know, I work for him, but you know, I don't see him very often. And we gave him the story. We told him, you know, we won the plane first. We got your telephone number, your personal telephone number, and now God opened another way. And we met Mr. Leaching. We prayed that night before, and God put Mr. Leaching in our path. And now we're here speaking with you. He said, listen, this is not normal. This is divine. And God has to be in this project, what you guys are doing. And I asked him, I said, listen, which countries are you covering? He said, well, Grenada, Trinidad, and Jamaica. I said, well, do you know, we just came from Grenada, we just visited Trinidad, and now we're in Jamaica. These are the countries I would like to have you broadcast our network. And he just held his head and he said, listen, I told him, why don't we pray with you? And we believe God is doing something here. Why don't we pray with you? We prayed for his family, his children, his success. And he was so pleased after this meeting. He said, anything you guys want, when you guys are ready, just come in and see me. But I have to tell this story to my marketing department. This is phenomenal what happened with you guys. And God has to be on you guys' side. So even the visit that we made to this cable company was a blessing to the manager himself. He was blessed by our visit. Although he was giving us a hard time before, God used that opportunity to reach him. And we know that God will continue to work on his heart and the people in the Caribbean. And it builds my faith in God, because we just have to step out and God will do the rest for us. This trip wasn't all well planned out, you know. We were trying to reach out to these people and these cable companies, but God just worked everything out perfect for us. So my advice to people in working it by faith, step out and do something. You don't have to have everything really well planned, but God is going to open all the doors for us. And that's my personal experience, and I'm sure many other missionaries have their experiences, how God is working when we depend on him and have faith. Now that we have everything more stable, we have confidence that the system is running really well, we are going back to Flow Cable Company in Jamaica and make contact with them and let them know that we are ready. We know there are many obstacles. Satan is always trying to hinder God's work. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy walk through the door and then we are on cable in Jamaica or in the Caribbean. There will be some obstacles, I'm expecting, but I know that God is going to use the same experience we had before. God is going to use that to open doors for us again. And I have the faith that we will be on Flow Cable Company. Actually, they are the biggest there, and they are taking over all the small networks. So we have to be on Flow Cable Company. We are over the Caribbean with satellite. So the only way we can do it is through this company. And God has showed us clearly that he is in charge. He is the one who is making all the transactions. So I have no doubt. I have no fear. I expect problems, but I have no fear that things are not going to work out. God is going to work it out for us. And we would like even the audience to even pray that you know, we can get on to even more cable companies, the remaining companies in the Caribbean.